Close to 100 Hostos Community College students, some with darkened makeup, participated in the 11th annual Walk With Me event held each October in recognition of Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
It is very, very important that we support each other, and raise awareness is the first step.
I am for the kids, so they see the parents, and if they see something wrong, they could grow up with the same idea and keep on with that issue.
It was a dramatic show of support for victims who can be both male and female as the nation pauses to look closer at this issue.
It's important that people understand if you're a victim that you don't have to continue to be victimized. If you know someone who's a victim of domestic violence, that you take the initiative to help that individual, get them to a shelter, get them to a counselor, get them to a law enforcement official that can do something about it. The way to break the cycle of domestic violence is for all of us to get involved.
I am a survivor of domestic violence, and I was quite young when it happened to me. I wasn't even 22 years old, and so as a teen mom, and this was something I didn't know how to deal with. I was happy to have the support system from my mom, but I still was ashamed to let her know. I blamed myself. I thought it was my fault that this was happening to me. And I don't want any person out there, man or woman, who's suffering from domestic violence to think that this is their fault, to think that they cannot speak out because they're gonna be shamed.
New York City Councilwoman Annabelle Palma shared that domestic violence can impact anyone, saying that in her 20s she felt alone with no one to turn to, despite family members that said they would have supported her. But sometimes more than family is needed, as in the case of Diamond Dunn. She says her mother was shot by the father of her child. He was arrested and recently sentenced.
I struggle every day. I take depression medications. I'm in therapy. I'm trying to raise the little girl whom I had the baby from the abuser. It's hard, it's difficult, it's not easy, but with prayer and support, I feel like I can beat this. Can't beat me.
With around 800 domestic violence-related calls coming into the New York City Police Department each day, with 20 to 24% of those cases intimate partner-related, the concern is that there are more. Founder and organizer of the walk, former state assemblywoman Naomi Rivera, says that she hopes that with events like this one, more are encouraged to come forward.
They're not alone, and we hear this because it's true. And I think that we're hearing more and more reportings, not because it's happening more, but because people have the courage and are not as ashamed to speak out.
They're walking through several neighborhoods here in the Hostos community, and their message is domestic violence is unacceptable, and for those who are suffering, there's now help. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.